Alrighty, everybody. So in this video demonstration, we're going to be talking about how to submit a video Zoom recording of your paintings. I do have an example from a previous student's work done last year. I will use as an example, and we'll talk a little bit about the critique format of what I expect you ask yourself during the critiques. Remember, keep in mind, these video submissions are only for those who are not present during the designated critique dates, which is available on the course outline. But also just keep in mind, this will count for your participation and attendance. What you want to do is, again, I'm using a Macintosh computer. I'm going to enlarge the actual image of the painting so I can be able to then zoom in, zoom out to my pleasing. But really, this format is the best way to sort of figure out how to not only enlarge the entire photograph, but also look at the work in terms of its clarity. What I do have set up, obviously, is since we're doing this virtually, I do have my camera also on so you could be able to see my face directly. And this is what I want you guys to do to really participate throughout the quarter, is to present your work in this sort of format. So again, I have my camera on, but also I'm doing a screen share of my painting, or not, excuse me, not my painting, but a student's painting when presenting the work. What you also want to do, again, because we're in this sort of Zoom format, you can have these questions, which is also available on the course syllabus right under the critique format, is questions that you want to ask throughout the quarter when you're presenting your work. Remember to discuss your process from start to finish. Was your first initial idea clear, or did it change during your process? What sort of ideas were you thinking about? And how did you go ahead researching your photographic reference and where? How do you feel about your painting now? Would you make any changes? You may ask questions or suggestions or bounce off ideas. Obviously, we won't be able to do that live, but we'll be able to provide feedback afterwards. How constructive was the criticism from your instructor and students when discussing your work? Did the feedback help your perspective on your painting? And the last question would be, when self-reflecting back on your work, would you have chosen a different direction or solution? And again, these are all things that you need to be asking and presenting your work. But also in terms of timing, you should probably be around 7 to 8 minutes max. And as soon as you're done, just remember to click on stop recording on Zoom, and Zoom will actually be able to convert your video into an MP4 format on your actual computer itself, on your desktop, ideally. But if you do need to locate that, it should be in the Zoom folder, if I'm not mistaken, on your computer. And that's pretty much it. So this is pretty much a brief introduction of how to submit your online submissions for your paintings.